Hello and welcome to It's All About Choices. And I am Sandra, your RDN, where you make the decision to take action regarding your health, your wellness, and your weight goals. And I guide you to making the best choices for you. And every Tuesday, I have the pleasure of dishing out your dose of nutrition, news, and wellness for your mind, your body, and your soul. And I hope that everybody is having a wonderful day so far. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend as we are coming off of Christmas, right? I hope everybody had a safe holiday, a safe Christmas, and I hope that you enjoyed your family and friends. And so we are going to jump into week number 2 of the special 3-week series on weight loss, healthy eating. Why is it so hard, especially coming off of Christmas, right? And so today we're talking specifically about how you hit it hard when you work out, but you are still not seeing the weight come off, okay? And when I say hit, I'm talking about HIIT, high intensity interval training, that type of hit. You're hitting it hard when you're working out, but you are not seeing the results reflecting in either how you look or on the scale. And so I have a question for you, rather, let's open up. As you are tuning in, as you are signing on, please feel free to say hello to me, give me your name, tell me where you're tuning in from, okay? And so are you frustrated with maybe you've hired a personal trainer or you do hit it hard at the gym? Maybe you work out with group classes, which I'm a big proponent of that, but your body's not reflecting the effort that you're putting in. And have you ever wondered why you maybe lose a few inches, but then the scale just does not move? Okay. Or, it makes sense. For many people, the ideal is you eat less, exercise more. That means weight loss. Hmm. Well, let's talk about that. We're going to unpack that a little bit. So grab a pen, grab some paper, and we're going to unveil 3 common exercise related mistakes that hinder weight loss and what to do to finally start to see some results from all that sweat and hard work that you are putting in. All right. And so for those who do not know me, my name is Sandra Goltry, and I am a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and I'm also certified as a personal trainer. And my goal is simply to help you to achieve your weight, your health, your life goals without deprivation or feeling like you must go on a diet or feel deprived. Nobody wants that, right? And so I want to help you to feel good about yourself by showing off and showing you how you can get your energy back so that you can enjoy the things that you enjoy doing, okay? Independent of your age, okay? Age is just a number. I'm a firm believer of that. Simple as that, all right? And so as you are tuning in, I see people jumping on. Please feel free to say hello to me, where you're calling from. I would love to hear from you. I love engagement, okay? Post in the chat so I can engage with you. I love it. I love it. And this is for those who are listening live as well as those who are listening to the replay. All right. And so for those of you who are tuning in, we are talking about week 2. We're in week 2 of this 3-week series. Okay. And we're talking about how you hit it hard in the gym or you hit it hard while you're working out, but you are not seeing the results. Okay. And we're talking about healthy eating, weight loss. Why is it just so hard? Why is it so hard? Okay. So, do you have a plan to get healthier in 2023? We are in the last week of 2022, right? So, do you have a plan to get healthier for 2023? I'm not talking about a weight loss plan. I'm not talking about these healthy eating resolutions or I'm going to finally go to the gym or finally work out resolutions, but a plan that's going to sustain you for at least, the first quarter of the year. And so, are you up for a free challenge to kick off the new year? So, think about that. So, if you are up for a free challenge to reset, reboot, recalibrate, stay with me to the end. I'm going to give you all the details on about this challenge as well as how to register. All right. So, let's jump on into today's topic. Weight loss, healthy eating. Why is it so hard? Why does it have to seem so hard? Okay. And we tend to hit it harder with workouts. Okay. So there's 2 ways to hit it harder. We either going to exercise more. If you're somebody who already exercises, you're going to exercise more, maybe longer, or you're starting to exercise. Maybe you haven't exercised in years, or maybe you're literally just starting to work out. So that's a form of hitting it harder as well to kick off the new year. Very common for gym memberships to go up at the beginning of the year. That's like their peak, their peak season. Okay. And so is this topic relatable to you? Or if you feel like the level of exercise that you're currently doing does not match the level of either your weight or the weight loss or just how you see yourself when you look in the mirror. Okay. So post you relate if any of those two resonate with you. You know, if this is a relatable topic or you're hitting it hard, but you're just, and you've been doing it, especially if you've been doing it for more than 6 months and you're still not seeing results. All right. So we're going to talk about 3 common exercise related mistakes that hinder weight loss. Okay. So number 1, you are eating, you're not eating enough. Okay. So we hear about eating too much. I almost slipped up and said you're eating too much, but that's the obvious, right? So you're not eating enough. And trust me, when I have new clients, it takes a lot to wrap their minds around not eating enough and that they have to eat more than what they're doing in order to promote fat burning. And so it makes sense, like I said, you would think to eat less, you exercise more, you know, you wave the wand and weight loss happens. Usually not the case. It's not the case. So very low calorie diets or very low carb diets or just low carb diets, they generally will give you initial quick weight loss. No denying that, especially if it's something that you haven't done before. But when the hunger, the boredom, or life circumstances start to get in the way, then these unrealistic restrictions, they become very hard to stick with. So ask many people who have tried diets after diets, and they will generally say eventually they ended up gaining the weight back. And so this generally leads to that familiar diet binge cycle of eating, right? Which leads to you feeling bad about yourself. And then that leads to feeling guilt. You feel guilty for the things that you're doing. You start beating yourself up. You feel defeated. And this vicious cycle just goes on and on and on. So what do most of us do when we get into that yo-yo? At some point, we begin to meticulously log all of our calories. We count our macros. We get all these different apps. We start tracking what we're eating. We're scanning this, and we begin to restrict ourselves from eating once the magic number, whatever that magic number is, on the app is reached. Okay, many times people will pick a number or they'll Google how many calories they think they should eat in a day. And so, despite how hungry they feel or how unsatisfied they feel, they stop. So if that resonates, we're just gonna stay there for a second. If you can't say amen, just say ouch. Okay, because many of us have done that. Okay, and that lasts for a period of time. Because we're motivated. It's the new year, we're motivated. But like clockwork, we come home one night and we end up binging. You end up craving. You end up eating uncontrollably. Okay, however, whatever word resonates with you most. Enough. I mean, in many cases, you can feed a family of 5. I mean, we really overdo it, and it becomes habitual and it becomes uncontrollable. All right, but don't miss this point though. So when our body is in starvation mode, it slows down a lot of the functions that are necessary to burn calories and fat, including your thyroid, your metabolism, your blood pressure. Things just slow down. And so at the end of the day, the battle of the binge, it's a hard battle to win. Okay. It is a hard battle to win when you're not armed. Okay. When you're not armed properly. And so that's what this is all about, arming you properly. And so stay tuned to the end of this live. I'm going to share more about how we wake up our metabolism, how we boost our energy levels, and how do we reduce those desires to stress eat, to crave, to binge, okay? Because we can control that, okay? That's not something that just has to happen, all right? And so answer to me, if you post I track, okay? If you track your calories or your macros, you're logging some kind of way, you're using an app to track what you're eating. Put in the chat I track, okay? Many people do it. It is highly recommended. There is a way to do it though, where it's more powerful for you and more effective for you. But if you are doing it on any level, definitely post in the chat I track. And so the apps, they're fun. They add some level of calorie control. They're motivating. But apps do not necessarily track quality. of your eating pattern, okay? Or if your nutrient needs are being met, okay? So I have an IT background. I was a former programmer, so it's like garbage in, garbage out type situation. So if you're not putting in quality, or if you're not even entering in the right number of calories that you need, then your outcomes are not what you desire, meaning many cases people don't lose weight, they gain weight, or the weight stays the same and they're frustrated, or they don't feel better. They still feel tired. They still have inflammation. So there's a lot involved to make apps powerful for you. Okay, you want to get past the bells and the whistles of the lights and the bars. It's going green and red. We want to really have quality in the information that we are providing it and what it can really do for us. And so more importantly, the apps don't teach us how to make informed food choices. So it doesn't teach you what you need to eat, when you need to eat, how you need to eat for your goals for your body. So the app doesn't do that. You have to have that intelligence. Okay. Then the apps are nice at adding it up and putting it all together for you, but you need to know what to put in there. And so this is where registered dietitian, working with a registered dietitian for a season, it's helpful to weed through that nutrition misinformation, I like to say, and to eliminate that food avoidance list. Because in many cases, people avoid so many foods that are good for our body, that are packed with nutrients, that are powerhouse foods because a diet said to take it off. So keep that in mind. And so really dietitians is not just about losing the weight. I mean, it's about addressing the total body, okay, and making sure the whole body is working together. And so I personally use a tracking app on a regular basis, and they are very powerful when the goal is to eat for total body wellness, not just to restrict calories, to restrict carbs, or just to lose weight. You want to make sure that you are addressing the total body, okay, in its wellness. And so second common exercise related mistake that hinder weight loss is you are exercising too much. What in the world? Is there a such thing as working out too much? It really is. There is a such thing as working out too much to where you just kind of, you're no longer getting the benefits that were originally there. In many cases, people are not eating enough also to support the level of working out. So that's another reason that it backfires. So this goes hand in hand with mistake number one, okay? Not eating enough, okay? And so on top of that, the body's not given time to recover, okay? So when you, just like I talk about eating for the total body, you also want to work out for the total body. You want to cross train. So what does that mean, cross train? You don't want to just do HIIT. You don't want to just lift. So you want to do HIIT. You want to lift heavy. You want to lift light. You want to do cardio. You want to do cardio with weights. You definitely want to stretch. You definitely want to just have a full rest. You have your active recovery rest and you have rest where you just don't do anything. So you need to have a combination of those things in order to really maximize your results and give your body a chance to recover. Same way we should eat balance and to eat in moderation. We should have cross training. And that's a struggle for a lot of people. A lot of times people feel like they got to hurt, they got to feel that lactic acid, they got to burn, they got to sweat profusely in order to feel like they're doing something. And I was kind of that way when I was younger, but I'm learning and realize it's more about consistency and safety, and you don't need to work out 2 hours to get the job done. Okay. For many people, they're not eating enough to compensate that. So it's a lot that goes involved there. So hitting it hard and working out every day for 90 minutes plus does not necessarily mean you're going to lose weight faster. Okay. So it can, and you're risking injury and stiffness. So there's just so many things that you have to take into consideration. Stretching, recovery are just as important as the workout itself. And cross training is definitely important. So I always recommend, if you cannot afford a personal trainer, group classes are very, very important. A lot of times we'll just YouTube videos and we'll just do it. But you really, in order to really maximize this, I always encourage those group classes because they have them set up and they have them designed to where you are able to work the total body over the course of a week. So that's something to think about. All right, so you want to give your body time to recover and listen to your body. Don't push yourself. There's such thing as you pushing yourself because you're trying to level up, but then you got to know when pushing yourself means your body is like, no, I need a rest. So you really have to listen to your body. Okay, so post either cardio, HIIT, HIIT, resistance, cardio with weights or stretch. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that again. I would like to know, what is your primary form of exercise? Meaning, what are you doing most days of the week? Okay, most days of the week. So if it's cardio, that means that's more your fat burning. You can still hold a conversation. Okay, so it's not hit. You're more sucking wind. Okay, you're gasping. You're doing high impact for high intensity for several seconds, 30 seconds or whatever. Just kind of depends on the format. But cardio that I'm speaking of right now is more endurance, it's more fat burning, it's more exercising your heart, it's building that endurance. So do you do that on most days? Or is it HIIT, where it's like the Tabata, the P90X, the insanity type classes? So you're sucking wind, a lot of your interval trainings and things like that, which is good to do as well, but that should not serve as your primary, okay? Then you have your cardio with weights, okay? Cardio with weights. So that means you are getting cardio, but you are using light weights. I mean, that is actually the ultimate to do as far as when you having the light weights and the cardio, and you couple that with resistance. And so now you have your resistance where you're lifting heavy, okay? Whether you're lifting heavy, and women, do not feel fearful of weights, okay? Go heavy. There's no reason to fear the 20 pounds and things like that. We can't bulk up like a man, okay? We got to take a lot of supplements, we got to do a whole lot, okay, for that to happen. And it's not just weights. You can do resistance band, there's body weight, there's a stability ball. So there's other ways to get resistance in, but it is very important to get resistance in for muscle, to build your muscles, to keep your lean muscle, to not have muscle loss as we age. All right. And then generally with our cardio with weights, that is more of a muscle endurance focus. So you're gonna have lighter weights, but you're gonna have faster reps, okay, throughout the workout. So again, each modality has its different functions. So, but what is your primary? Okay, what is your primary right now? Okay. And then, but ideally with cross training, you're going to incorporate all of them. But again, what is your primary? Because most people leave out certain ones. So that's why I'm asking, what is your primary? And if you are cross training, definitely tell me, because that's great that you're at that level. All right. And so before getting into the third common exercise related mistake that hinders weight loss, let's talk more about this plan for getting healthier in 2023. I can't believe 2023 and my upcoming 3-day challenge. I'm excited to kick that off the second week of the year. And this is something that I kind of spoke about in the beginning. So for starters, this plan that we're talking about, this plan that you have, that you make up, should include, so when you're thinking about this, your plan should include knowing what to eat and when to eat that works best for your body. So that's something that you should want in your plan for 2023 as far as nutrition. Another thing is gaining control over your sugar cravings or food cravings, because it's not always sugar for everybody, but whatever it is that you crave uncontrollably. One of your goals, or something that is good to have in your plan, is to gain control over that. Boosting energy levels so that you feel better throughout the day. You're not feeling sluggish, you're not feeling tired, you're not waking up tired. You're able to enjoy the things that you want to do. You get off work, you're not exhausted. You want to do other things. So have this as part of your plan. These are things to work towards. And then finally, jump starting a healthy weight loss. Okay, not just losing weight, jump starting healthy weight loss, because you want it to stay off. Okay, you don't want to lose this weight just to gain it back. So you want to have the tools, you want to have the strategies, you want to have the insight in knowing what to do when life comes at you, because guess what, it will. And so, for this very topic, for these many reasons, this is why I created this special 3-day challenge. And it's called Crush Your Sugar Cravings. It's a 3-day clean eating, no added sugar challenge. And so, this is year 3, and it gets revised, it gets updated every single year. So, I'm excited to continue to do this. It's a great way to kick off the year, and it is designed to help you to begin gaining controls over your cravings, sugar cravings, etc. It's designed to help you to get on the path of clean eating. Knowing what that is and knowing what that is not is very important, okay? Without feeling hungry or deprived. Clean eating is not restricting, okay, or deprivation. So I do make that clear during the challenge what the difference is. boosting your energy level. So again, you're feeling less sluggish throughout the day. So it's amazing. Food is medicine. I'm a firm believer of that, and you will find yourself surprised during the challenge how much your energy levels improve. And this challenge is designed to serve as a springboard to reduce your bloating, reduce inflammation, help balance your hormones, etc., just by demonstrating how food works as medicine in your body. Okay, so you will get to have different recipes. You're going to see how things are combined. You're going to see how much you're eating, how the different food groups are involved, and all of it helps to help work your body and to help with that total body wellness. And who doesn't want all of that? Okay. Food is medicine. Don't ever discount that. And the best part about this challenge or this plan, because it is a plan, okay, it goes beyond the 3 days. Okay. So hint, hint, it goes beyond the 3 days. You can continue doing this. Or plan to get healthier for 2023. It's easy and it's free. Okay. And so how does this challenge differ from other challenges? Well, you're going to get this comprehensive guidebook, and it contains 3 days of meals. So it's a 3-day meal plan. It's laid out. So it's going to include 3 full meals and 2 satisfying snacks each day. And so you're going to have prep guide, which which is going to help guide you when to cook things, when to store things, when to prepare things. And it's also going to have an itemized grocery list, okay? And all of this, so you're going to know exactly what to eat, when to eat it, when to prep it, when to cook it, when to store it. It breaks it all down for you. So I want this as easy as possible because I want you to see the benefits of what planning and prepping and eating various foods, whole foods across the 5 food groups, what that does for your body in a very short period of time. And then you're gonna have 3 days of live training from me with various topics related to our challenge, which is crushing your sugar cravings. And all of that is to further support you and to get your questions answered. So you're not going to just get this meal plan, this guidebook, and you're off in a corner by yourself. So I'm there all 3 days. I'm doing it with you. So I always do it with you all. And we get to all come together. We all come together, and you get 3 days of support from your other challengers. So it's not just you. So group support is very powerful, and it's one of the best motivators out there. Okay, so it's good to have a buddy too. So it's good to have somebody that you know doing the challenge, and it's 3 days of fun while you are enjoying a new experience. So I guarantee you're going to have new recipes, new flavors, new ways of preparing things that you never thought of before, which is a great thing. So sign up. Sign up today. Right now, you will get access immediately. You'll have access to this guidebook and the recipes and everything, so you can actually get a jump on things. Okay, and so I'm going to put the URL up. So you register at actionchoices.com/crush sugar cravings. Okay. And so again, that is actionchoices.com, and it's /crush sugar cravings. And so there you'll see all the details, and as well as you can sign up. Okay. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to post in the chat. But again, this is free, it's fun, something to look forward to after the new year. All right. So let's wrap up today's live, and we're going to talk about number 3, common mistake number 3, exercise related mistake that hinders our weight loss, and what to do about it, so you can start seeing some results from all that sweat and hard work that you're doing. And so number 3, which is probably the biggest of all 3, and that is you're exercising a lot, but ignoring your diet. Okay, you're exercising a lot, but you're ignoring your diet. And so I have this saying, and some of you probably have heard me say it, but you can't outwork out a bad diet. Okay, I've done it. And a lot of times when I hear people, especially my clients, say, "Oh, I didn't lose this week," or "I stayed the same," or "I gained, maybe half a pound," and the first thing they'll say is, "I didn't work out this week." And so my response is always, well, it's because of your eating, okay? Whether you ate too much, whether you didn't track, whether you went out. I mean, there's various reasons, but that's where you start with your eating, not the exercise, okay? And so, do you find yourself making inconsistent food choices, or your favorite unhealthy foods, like, maybe processed foods, fast foods, you're just eating out in general, with the assumption that you do that extra spin class, or you work out 30 minutes longer, or you work out 2 more extra days, that everything's going to balance out and it's going to work itself out. What do you think? What do you think? Well, it won't. Okay. Just to put it out there, it's just not that cut and dry. If it was, then we wouldn't have the health issues that we have, right? And so the truth of the matter is that people who people are overweight because they exercise more, thinking that they will compensate for the excessive eating and indulging. Okay, so they basically think that, okay, if I exercise more, or on the flip side of that, people will skip a meal, okay, because they overindulged the day before, then the next day they fast, or they skip a meal thinking that things will balance out, and doesn't quite work out like that. So, we're all guilty of it. So at the end of the day, your weight comes down to 80% what you're eating, 80% diet. And a large part of that 80%, if I'm honest, a large part of that 80% is mindset. Okay. It's not necessarily fork to mouth. Okay. It is mindset, and 20% exercise. Okay. Now it's important. Don't get me wrong. We need to exercise for overall health. But when we're talking specifically about weight loss, eating is what's in charge. Okay. The exercise is a supporting factor, a supporting player, okay? And so if you want to see the success in the mirror on the scale, it's time to take a closer look at what you're doing in the kitchen or not doing in the kitchen, okay? Okay, how many people have said, I don't have time to cook, I don't have time to prep, I'm too tired. So what we're doing in the kitchen or not doing in the kitchen has a big role in what the scale reflects on the scale. So mindset dictates what goes on in the kitchen. Okay. So don't miss this point. So the number of calories and or your macro makeup is specific to each person. Okay. But there's a lot of other flavors that go with, because I don't want you to think that, oh, there's a magic number of carbs and there's a magic number of fats and there's a magic number of protein and voila, you're going to lose weight. No, you still have to put the work in. Okay. You still have to put the work in. And so, but all of these things are dependent on your age, your gender, your weight goals, medical conditions, medications, your tolerances, your food preferences. There's so many things that come into factors and that come into the play when it comes down to losing weight. I mean, that's why we have dietitians. That's why we're clinically trained. So it's just not as easy as a Google search. I'm sorry. It's not that easy. As much as we want it, it's not that easy. And so the number of calories required for healthy weight loss is definitely more complicated than just cutting out carbs. Because in most cases, the carbs that people are cutting out, you need them. They're good for you. So it's a lot involved there, and you'll see a lot of that in this challenge. So crush your sugar cravings challenge is the perfect springboard to begin building a healthier relationship with food. Okay, and knowing what to eat and when. So I'm a big proponent in breaking the dieting cycle because it's so strong. People are so fearful of eating foods that are naturally and wholesome for our bodies. And so the goal is to feel satisfied after your meals and your snacks while you are enjoying the food that you're eating. Okay. And as an added bonus, you will jumpstart your weight loss. You will relieve some bloatedness. Your body will begin that transformation process. It doesn't take long. And so let's see here. Where do you fall? Okay. To lose weight, which one do you opt for first, or what do you opt for the most? So do you hire a personal trainer? Okay. Do you join a gym? Or do you exercise maybe more at home, or you go walking, or maybe you do online video workouts or things like that? Or again, you starting exercise, or you starting back to exercise? So where do you go? Where do you begin in that process as far as incorporating exercise into this equation? So do you hire a trainer? Do you join the gym? And when you join the gym, actually, it's two parts to that. Do you join the gym to use the equipment, whether it's the weights or like the elliptical or treadmill or things like that, the bicycle, or are you taking classes? So post that specifically. Are you taking group classes? Or do you continue doing what you're doing? Let's say you're already an exerciser, but you're just doing more of it. Okay, whether that's more time, whether you're increasing the intensity of it, things like that. Or are you starting back? Okay, or are you starting off together? So share, it's good to share. I like to give insight and help you out there. And but remember, this is strictly just for the exercise part of the equation. Okay. And so, what is the takeaway message from all of this? So, remember that at the end of the day, your weight, both your weight loss, maintaining your current weight, or maintaining the weight that you've already lost, comes down to 80% diet, which I really like to say mindset. And when I say mindset, of that 80%, about 45% of that is really mindset, and 35% of that is diet. Okay. Because if your mind is in the right place, you're positive, you're realistic. I repeat that, you're realistic and you're positive, then all the things that go on from the diet perspective is very easy. Very, very, very easy. So that's another live. And 20% is exercise. And all that results in you enjoying the journey, respecting the process, and realizing lasting results. Okay. Even through the ebbs and flows of life, and especially the unexpected things that happen in life, you will stay on track. Okay. All right. And so I encourage you to register now, actionchoices.com/crush sugar cravings. Sign up today, and you would immediately have access to the 3-day meal plan, the recipes, and you will get an early start on crushing your sugar cravings. All right. Invite a friend. Challenges are always more fun with a friend. And, we got to have an accountability partner. Okay. And it makes it, friendly competition as well. So invite somebody, invite somebody. And this concludes your weekly dose of nutrition news for your mind, your body, and your soul. I am Sandra, your RDN. Thank you so much for tuning in live. Thank you so much for listening to the replay. Post your questions, your comments in the chat. I will respond to them. Next week, we're going to wrap up this 3-week series on weight loss, healthy eating. Why is it so hard? And we're going to talk about sweets. Okay. Sometimes people will cut out sweets, but they're still not losing any weight. They might have lost something initially. I call it from the initial shock of taking it away, but then all of a sudden they get stuck. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that a lot more. So thank you for tuning in. I will see you next week, and enjoy the rest of the year, and Happy New Year. All right. Bye-bye.